Real quick before I start the video, I would like to remind all of my Iris Chans, students, or even graduates of Eloio Amang Rodriguez Institute of Science and Technology, or IRIS for short, to subscribe to the official IRIS Alumni Association YouTube channel. I'll put a link down below. And also, I would like to give a quick shout out to D-Lord Graphics, my friend's face official graphics business. I'll put a link down below. Go check it out. All of his edits are amazing. And now, onto the video. Hey guys, it's Josh. Welcome back to my channel. And one thing that quarantine has taught me is that being isolated at home can sometimes increase our anxiety and depression. So I wanted to make this video to help you control, or at least help someone control their anxiety, depression, and other mental illnesses. Now, this video is actually inspired by what my guidance counselor actually taught me or told me to do, since she said that my way of controlling depression, anxiety is actually kind of inspiring. So yeah, that's what this video is about. So shout out to my guidance counselor for helping me control depression. Now, first off, disclaimer, I'm not a licensed psychiatrist, psychologist, or anything. I didn't study psychology in college. So this video is just about me, my experiences, how I managed to control my depression. And with that out of the way, let's get started. Okay, so first off, I need to explain this. I'm not technically cured of depression just yet, and I'm still actually experiencing a little bit during this time, during this pandemic. And what my guidance counselor actually said about me doing, maybe writing a story or about anything that can actually help people understand how to control depression. So I just decided to do it in a vlog instead of writing, because I'm really bad at writing paragraphs, essays. I usually write it a bit short, but I wanted to do it in a video instead. So this is what I actually showed my guidance counselor. It's a diary. I actually bought it as a notebook before. I just decorated it. I know, I'm really bad at decorating. So the pages aren't actually filled up yet. I just filled up a few. It's actually filled up a few. And when writing an entry in my diary, I actually write the date I wrote it as well as the time of day. That way I can read all about it. Now, the reason for me writing my diary is that I figured it's a way for me to vent. What I found out when I had depression is that I need to vent out my feelings, and writing it down in my diary or journal, whatever you want to call it, actually helped me with venting. Now, some people might argue that why would I write in a diary instead of talking to people, talking to my friends, my family? The reason is that I'm an introvert, so I don't really want to talk about what happens in my mind to other people, except maybe my guidance counselor. That's when I realized I really needed to reach out to someone. And aside from my guidance counselor, I also talked to uh, one of my friends, and I also talked to my um, co-employers. I guess that's what we should call it. Now, that's my advice for some introverts. If you don't want to reach out to someone, to your friends, your family, or anyone, you can just make a diary of your own. Write some entries there. I usually write my entries when I realize that I'm gonna have a mental breakdown. And really venting in a diary makes will make you a lot feel better. Maybe for a bit, but it's all up to you. If you want to if you want to vent in a diary, that's totally fine. But if you want to reach out to people, to your friends, your family, that's the number one advice that a lot of people will give you. Now, when you have a friend or you know someone who actually is struggling right now with depression, anxiety, the best thing to do is to ask them if they're okay. If you happen to see their posts lately, what they share, that's a sign that they're possibly overthinking. What I do is I actually have a friend who posts a lot of posts, and I actually messaged her about it. Asked her if she's fine, if she's struggling with something, and I, despite myself being an overthinker, I gave her some advice from my own experiences. I reached out to her, and she's not afraid to talk about it. I just give her some advice on how to possibly control it. So that's one thing that we should always do. If you see someone who posts a lot of that lately, message him or her. That way, you'll know if they're overthinking. Now, another thing you could do is try doing your hobbies. What you love to do best, what you love to do when you're bored. For me, that always helps. I play games. From my laptop, I listen to music. As the saying goes, music soothes the savage beast. And of course, the savage beast happens to be overthinking, depression, anxiety, and such. So music really does help me calm down a bit. Prevents me from overthinking. And playing video games actually distracts me from what I have to think about, what I'm sad about. But mostly, if the time comes, I do both. I play games while listening to music, and sometimes the music in the game really upsets me, so I opt to listen to my own playlist instead. My number one track or artist to listen to all the time is Taylor Swift, and I don't know, her music actually calms me down. No pun intended on me to calm down. And lastly, this actually is a common suggestion. If you want to reach out to someone, just pray. Praying to God is the best way to reach out to someone. Pray that your anxiety, depression, overthinking calms down a bit, cools off. I know because I actually did it, and I think it's gonna be about a year now since I first visited my guidance counselor. I just prayed, visited my guidance counselor often, and then I just rarely often visited my guidance counselor since then. Before the pandemic happened. So before I visited my guidance counselor, praying more, I actually woke up every night at 3 in the morning. Waking up at 3 in the morning, then having no idea why, but I just wanted to cry, and I think it's about that, my depression, my overthinking. Okay, that's all I have for now. Really what I actually did was, like I said, visited my guidance counselor, praying, and writing in my diary. Again, if you're an introvert, you can write in your diary, that's totally fine, but it's much better if you reach out to someone. Pray to God that it all goes back to normal. Then reaching out to someone isn't bad. Then it's all up to you. And remember, if you know someone who is struggling, overthinking, depression, anxiety, don't hesitate to reach out to them. And remember, you can probably save lives just by being a good friend to them. Remember to stop the stigma. Mental illness is a real illness. Depression is an illness, anxiety is an illness, overthinking is an illness. That's all you need to know. Until next time, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and if you want to hear more advice from me, leave a comment down below, and follow me on my social media at Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Okay, that's all I have for now. Bye guys.